Alright, welcome back to GhostWire Tokyo. Last we left off, we had spent a bunch of hours, like 4+ hours, clearing out a lot of the map. We've got pretty much everything I care about. The only thing that I'm potentially tempted to go grab are a couple of the Magatamas that are in the shops. But the only thing that I would get with that is this. And I don't want that ability anyways, so... yeah, I literally no point in me grabbing it. So we're gonna continue on. It is finally time for us to go beyond the point of no return. And actually save this city. Does anyone... enemies respawn down here? No? Okay, good. They could have done it. It's what I expected. But I guess we're safe. Do I? Oh, hold on. Do we have arrows down here? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'll take that. I should purchase some items before we go. Thankfully, there's a shop right across the street. Yeah, I should fill up my talismans and my bows before we do this, because who knows...
we're only here for essentials. Thanks.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna end up happening. So I'll buy some more arrows, max out my stun talismans, max out my exposure talismans. Everything's gotta be grabbed. And then we're obviously totally good on food.
You get me anything nice?
No, you don't need anything.
I've got 25. We're gonna turn in our spirits here. Although more than likely all the spirits are found out here. But just in case there's a bunch on this main story path for us to grab, we'll do this too. Alright. It is time. We're going on a ride on a motorcycle. I feel like we won't control it. It'll just be in a cutscene. But it would be so very anime style if we got like a fighting sequence. Blasting enemies from the side of our motorcycle. I'm still sad that we don't get more fire attacks. That would have been nice. Oh, right, there was a shop thing here, or a turn-in thing here. I think we've read all of these before, yeah.
That's the Rinko I know. Never holds back.
Would a secondhand shop really deal in something like that?
Lots of things end up on their shelves. Most folks wouldn't recognize it. If it's that corrupted, definitely worth checking out.
Eh? Object corruption research notes. Throughout the world, there have always been objects that people claim bring misfortune to their owners. They call them cursed or corrupted, but scientifically speaking, what sort of changes are actually taking place inside them? It's a subject I find to be of deep interest. It's easier than you'd expect to come across these kinds of objects in day-to-day life. It didn't take much digging at all to find something that immediately sparked my interest. I'd love to research it, but I'm not too keen to test my luck buying it myself. I think I'll send KK to get it instead. If it turns out something is actually wrong with the thing, I'm sure he can handle it. Oh, wow, that's funny. Alright. Let's fix up my motorcycle.
Akito, let me take over for a little bit. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Is it like a nap for us when that happens, or are we in the inside of our mind? I wonder if normal people would see us emitting all this black smoke.
Right. Should be good to go. We're charging into the lion's den. You ready for this?
I am. Alright, ready to go. If you have unfinished business, you'll still be able to come back to Shibuya via fast travel, but the following side missions will become unavailable after the end 1, 2, and 3. See? Now we're at the point of no return. Literally just had to turn in this thing. Yeah, we did all of our side missions that are on the map, so we are good to go. Time to make a... well, time to put an end to the Hanya business. And save Mari, I guess. They've done a bad job of making me care about her, that's for sure. Outfit change!
Alright, let's roll.
Let's.
Render cutscene!
Hit the switch!
Cool! Oh, shit! Well, that's bad.
Hey, don't stop! Spike's not gonna last!
KK, your body's trying to kill us! Ah!
There! Got it!
Whoa! Ow, 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 ow. Nice hit!
We get him?
Show's not over. Hurry!
Chapter 5. Severance.
We've come this far. We're not leaving empty-handed.
Damn right. I'm taking back Mari.
Ooh, that's cool. Alright. The map just gives up. It just... like, we just went through the hurricane, bro. We're not, like, right there, right? Yeah, literally, we're not in the other area at all. You'd think it would be, like, at least show us over here or something. Tokyo Tower! We gotta put an end to that. Got a little bit of money sitting around, a little bit of food. I'm surprised this place isn't like hyper corrupted considering all the spiritual shit that's happening here. File 90 or 999.
I was surprised to find that my assistants seemed to accept my plan. Of course, I haven't informed them of my true objective. I want to bring back the dead. No one would take that seriously. To them, I'm just the same passionate scientist they've always known. I feel some guilt about it. But I'm not doing this for my wife alone. Far from it. Our physical bodies are like shackles on our lives. And I will liberate us from that imprisonment. I will save all humanity. I will be the salvation of every last transient soul.
Right.
Curiously, I am regaining some function in my hands. Perhaps this too is a sign that I am casting off the chains of my earthly prison.
So yeah, as I figured, all of these recordings from question mark, scientist with a daughter is the Hanya mask guy. Although I'm sad we didn't find more of it. Oh!
Is that?
Rinko!
Ringo.
Jesus.
This is where I died. Full of regret. But thanks to you two, I can put that behind me now.
You're taking off.
I have to. Got nothing left keeping me here. Sorry I couldn't stick around. Till the end.
It's all right.
I can't quite bring myself to believe in the afterlife. Even though I'm like this. After all, if it were real, people would be happy to embrace death. Live. Embrace your life.
We could always try and take two spirits into ourselves, right? No, Rico!
Let's go, partner.
At least we helped her make, feel better.
So Erika was what was keeping Rinko chained to this world. And now that things are settled, she had to move on.
Is that gonna happen to you too?
Probably.
Oh, it's gonna be lonely without you. Message trapped. It was all my fault. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh. Is that... I'm assuming that's just the music. It almost sounds like, a horn in the world. Whoa! Was that tossed at us? Yeah, it was.
Didn't you say he was trying to bring his family back?
You heard him before. As far as he's concerned, bodies are just wrappers for the soul. Pawns for him to use.
There's no way we can avoid fighting her?
No. Anyone in our way goes down. No exceptions.
I don't know why we're, hesitating against the wife. We already took out the daughter who was our actual friend! What the fuck?! Well, she's got 2 weak points.
You don't have to thank me. I wish I
Ow!
Must be a memory.
Holy shit! Almost got crushed by a rock.
But I'll be here to pick up the slack. Please don't worry about it.
Erika, your mother hasn't really left us.
Did not accept my death. It drove him mad.
Is she blaming herself?
We gotta be careful there. We're running out of power! Oh, time to drink some energy drinks! And increase my overhealth by 1. Oh, you know what I forgot to get? I forgot to get our temporary buffs.
To make you happy.
That was his voice.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna use these.
Now, you must enter the vessel.
What?
It is all to make you happy.
So wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you. If we don't fight, can't help
It's cute that you think you can stop me, but I've got my attack power boosted. Ooh, I need to equip my water damage talisman, even if I never use it. Well, she was creepy fucking looking, goddamn.
What the hell is this guy's endgame?
You got me. Can't say I feel sorry for her, but I'll put her out of her misery.
Music.
I'm not going anywhere until we take that bastard down. No way I'm checking out before that.
You just want to protect your family, don't you? You're a good father.
I try.
Oh, there you go. A report written by KK regarding sudden deaths connected to unseasonal snowfall.
Once we head in, there's no turning back. Make sure you're prepared.
Yeah, I'll be good, man. We're gonna drink my tea.
You could learn a new skill now. Or you could save up.
That was
Your
that.
call.
I guess I could use my new skill. Ooh, melee enemies for that. Is that it? Oh yeah, it gave me... I straight up legitimately have all the points I need for the last ability.
Hey, that's not half bad.
Talisman before I forget it. Aqua beads. All right. We've got full power. I should probably grab some of these. They might not give me any ether. I expect that we're gonna run into a bunch of enemies. One last wave of enemies. I'm telling you, all this black fog setting in is bad for business. But enough of my growling. What'll it be from you? No, alright. Nothing. I'm still full on everything. There's no going back after this. Are you ready to proceed? Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, let's go.
They gave us 2 point of no return warnings. I guess I could still like fast travel backwards.
Here vanished too?
Our guy's gotta be lurking somewhere. Let's head up.
You.
That you may find salvation. Gather, that you may not fear loss. Gather, that you may not tremble under death. Gather, that you may have dignity. Gather, that you may know joy. Gather, gather, gather unto me. Be at my side, that I might be the...
Yeah? You're not gonna tell me to run away? You're not gonna get with mom and dad? Because that was kind of mean. I'm sure it wasn't actually her who said that.
Ari, what are you saying?
Akito! You never even think about me at all, do you? You only ever worry about yourself.
Oh yeah, alright, then I'm walking right out.
You're just afraid I'll die because of you, aren't you?
No?
What's wrong?
I heard this voice. It sounded like Mari.
They're probably trying to mess with your head. Hey, now what? Akito. Akito! Let's go.
But I feel bad. What if Mari's right?
Mari, is that really how you feel?
Don't let it rattle you. That's what the enemy wants.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Snap out of it, Akito!
Oh my god. This is not the time for this. We've had a lot of hours patrolling the streets of Tokyo where Akito could have been like, oh my god, am I really ready for these? Does Mari really feel all this way about us? But no, we're here at the tower and he's gonna be like, oh, I feel bad. Jesus Christ. How many people were on this elevator?
Hey, you said I was a good dad earlier. Truth is, I'm not even close. I figured if I threw myself into my work, that'd be enough to protect my family. I barely ever even showed my face at home. It was like we were total strangers. Lately, when I'd bring home a toy for my son, he wasn't even interested. Didn't care about those supercars anymore either.
Aww.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna run from this fight. I'm gonna protect them, no matter what.
Yeah, as long as Akito doesn't let you down.
So that puppet failed to even buy me some time.
You asshole!
The death of the body is a natural phenomenon. And in liberating our souls from their corporeal shells, we are returned to our true forms.
Believe whatever horse shit you want, man. But when you dragging innocent people, you cross the line!
People always decry the truth when forced to face it. However, soon you too will come to understand how meaningless these earthly vessels truly are.
Keep your hands off her!
I have all the souls that I require. I will use them to shatter the barrier between life and death. Your sister will be the final piece. A foundation for a new age. You should be proud.
I'm away from her!
The fall of the barrier will presage the rebirth of the world. And then I shall create a new paradise, though modest it will be. A place where the souls of my wife and daughter will shine for all eternity.
How you will!
Did you even ask your wife and daughter if that's what they want?
I've just come upon a wonderful idea. I shall create a paradise for this girl as well. Such a willful spirit as hers is a rarity indeed. Perhaps she will even lead this new world. A new Mary for a new age. A new Eve.
I get it. Mari, Mary.
And if your delusional bullshit! You're out of your mind!
Am I now? Have you asked her? Why are you so certain that her spirit wishes to return to this shell?
I mean, it doesn't even matter if she doesn't want to be put back in.
Can you imagine what your sister endures beneath these bandages?
Oh, is it so painful? Is that what's going on?
Tethered to this body will only prolong her agony.
I guess you're right. I'll let you kill all of humanity
You don't know that.
for your spirit realm shit.
Don't listen to his bullshit. Kill him now, or the world is done for. Akito, get it together.
I agree, KK.
Time is nigh. The world rests on the precipice of transformation. A new age will dawn. Not much longer now. Soon, my dream will be made manifest.
Ew. Its tongues were arms.
Follow him.
Mari, what do you want?
Don't let him rattle you. Up now. Get up, or I'll ditch you for good. Is that really all you got, Akito?
Ah! It's KK's original body!
I can do this myself. I'll kick my own ass.
Yeah.
Akito, you just don't get in the way. So you're scared, right? Of how she might feel. Of finding out that maybe you did all this for nothing. You're afraid to hear the truth.
Which is stupid!
What do you know?
Nothing. I never even knew what my own family was thinking. That's why you need to go find out for yourself.
True.
KK.
You gotta go ask Mari.
Stopping now. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'll kick your ass again.
I am. Let's go. I gotta ask her myself. Can't die yet.
We're back!
Everything to me! There's nobody that fights harder! But does anyone ever see that? No! Not even my family!
Him. He really does need an ass kicking. I believe it's coming.
Did I beat him already? No way, yeah, right? Yeah.
Back me up! I don't need them anyway. I'm just fine on my own!
KK.
But it's different now. I got you.
Yeah, you do.
Don't worry. We'll continue kicking your own ass, KK. I wish I had my attack bonus, but apparently it ran out during the cutscene. You've made a mistake. Now that you've damaged me, I can use my next attack card. Give myself more damage. Easy peasy.
I got this.
Sorry about your body, KK. But at least it's no longer being used for evil.
I knew I lived fast, but I never thought I'd be offing myself.
KK.
Let's move. Time for a jaunt into the abyss.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah. All the rest of this game is going to take place in the spirit world. Chapter 6. God, that was fast. Chapter 5 was like 30 minutes. You've acquired a new Kafuda. Do these even do anything for me? These last two Kafudas? Let's see. Not really. It's just there. Alright.
Well, the abyss sure is bleak. I guess it'd be stranger if it weren't, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, most of the abyss is what? Just fucking leaked over human emotions?
Sounds like water.
Hey, the hospital with Mari. Are we gonna get Mari's sad backstory now?
Do another checkup in 6 months. Then we can see how the two of you are holding up.
Someone's memories? But whose?
Maybe it won't be Mari. Maybe it'll be Hanya's memories.
Looks like it's a girl. You are gonna be a big brother soon.
Nope, it's Mari. In mine, I guess. The chapter's even... The mission name is called Mari.
What a great artist you are, Mari.
We're not going to comment on any of this shit. Clearly it's Mari's memories, which means it should also be ours.
You're such a good girl, cleaning up after yourself like that.
Are these my memories?
They are complimenting me.
You just tell me if you have any trouble at school, okay?
Okay.
And the kids go to school. Hey, you know what? Me too, I guess.
This.
The elementary school we went to.
I'm coming too.
No, I'm going out with my friends. You just walk home by yourself.
Oh my god. Wow.
My memories and Mari's.
We can remember that we were a dick brother to her.
Hey, isn't that your sister over there?
Yeah, so?
You should call her over.
Nah, we've got nothing to talk about.
Whew. That was bright. But surely there's some kind of redeeming familial love here, right? Like maybe eventually they started talking again. Nikita realized he's been a huge dick to his little sister. And that they can be, you know, proper friends. Even if it isn't always like her hanging out with his friends. That can happen.
You're seriously overthinking this.
I am not. This is for Mom and Dad's anniversary. Something matching would be nice, don't you think?
It all feels so long ago now.
Are all these spirit projections of her looking around, or just memories of other people too? Guess it doesn't matter. And then one night, our parents don't come home.
Mom said not to worry about things at home. You should just do what you want.
Yeah. Mom's just a little tired, right?
Of course she is. Don't be so negative all the time.
So did she pass away while she was in the hospital? You know, it's
That yukata.
a little vague.
It's Mom's.
Hell yeah, nether food. So much nether food.
I'm glad the weather cleared up.
Yeah, it's our first festival in a while.
Why? Don't look away, Akito.
You gotta remember everything, Akito. You gotta remember what it means to be her brother and be yourself.
Mom's gonna be okay, right? I don't want her to go away. Why does everyone go away?
What do you mean, why does everyone go away? Have other people been dying in your life, or are you just talking about people leaving you on your own? Maybe both. Both would make sense.
Akito, where are you? Akito, I'm at the hospital. You need to get here now.
So I was just at like a random ass convenience store at the time, jeez. Well, here you go, Mari.
Mom and Dad are finally back together.
I guess. I'm visiting the graves like you wanted me to. So I guess her dad died way earlier. I don't know where that got fucking implied. Jesus. Mom gets to like 3 whole segments of, oh my god, is she gonna be okay? Dad? Not a blip. Poor dad.
This will be a new beginning for us.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, you know, Akito trying to be at least a little positive on that. Not a bad thing.
How many more new beginnings do we need to have?
Hundreds, lady. That's life. A lot of new beginnings somewhere.
This isn't even a beginning.
This.
Falling further down.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is where we start getting into our dark memories.
Do these steps go?
Don't be scared. You'll be okay.
I mean, yeah, I can see the fucking bottom. I'm not worried.
How much farther can we go?
Ugh, Mari. Her darker and darker thoughts.
Sometimes I wish we could just hit the bottom and get it over with.
Well, you certainly got your fucking wish.
At least then, we could be with Mom and Dad again.
Ugh.
Stop it.
Don't turn away, Akito. You wanted to hear how she felt.
Surely there's got to be a little bit of something that Mari has that's optimistic and wants to press on. I don't think it is going to be like that, though.
In all of Tokyo.
In all of Tokyo, that what? In all the world, what? Only.
Why do I keep falling down? If I'm just gonna fall, I might as well jump.
Golly, lady. You're not the only person who's lost things. How many fucking, you know how many spirit and like spirit cleansings we had to do in this goddamn city for all the people who had all that misfortune? She doesn't. She's just kind of super sad, and you know that's fine. You know that happens. It's human nature. Not everyone's gonna process things the same way.
I just need to find Mari.
That's right. You have to protect her.
Yeah. I'm done running.
Yeah, goddamn. Supreme negative Nancy. I guess she didn't find any other hook in life other than her mom and her dad. I don't know how we're gonna rectify that. The story's just very awkwardly had us hearing all these memories and shit, and we haven't really done anything to form any kind of connection to Mari.
This must lead somewhere.
Which is just weird. Maybe we'll get something fucking finally here.
This is it.
Yeah. He's in there. And so is your sister. You ready?
Goddamn. I hope that doesn't burn all of KK's powers away from us. Rendered cutscene. Night clothes are different.
Such a shame it is. Neither of you can appreciate the wonders of the journey that awaits your loved ones.
I came here to talk to Mari. You're not stopping me.
Oh, and how will you do this? She has words to speak no longer.
Stop it!
Oh! Hey, y'all! Mari, you gotta fight back! Mari! Look at how far I've come! We can fight on to save the world, Mari, no! Whoa.
Mari!
That didn't look intentional on Hanya's part. Holy shit. Is that what you wanted? A giant fucking pit into the void?
To the underworld has opened.
I guess.
And now, for the final step. Let time's flow cease.
Did it work?
What is happening?
Oh, hi, Mari.
Is she doing this? No! The ceremony cannot be stopped!
Yo, hold up. Did she just beat the final baddie? The boss? With just a reflection? What the fuck do I do?
Mari.
Akito, thank you for coming for me.
I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize.
I know you have. It's what kept me here. It wasn't your fault. I went back for this.
Oh.
It's our only memento of Mom and Dad. I couldn't just leave it behind.
Mari.
Big brother. Live.
Mari, no.
I'm so glad I could finally tell you.
We get one positive interaction and you die on me? How dare you! Yeah, I'm gonna jump in that hole and kick Anya's ass! Oh no, it's okay, he climbed out. Hey, didn't you want to go in the underworld, fuckface? Why don't you go back down there? Look at all the specters.
I have succeeded. I was not mistaken. The two realms connected at last. When the souls of humanity are freed from their mortal prisons, they shall be made pure. I shall finally be made one with my family again.
I don't know if that's really your family, bro. You're kind of creepy looking.
We will exist in eternal paradise. Unshackled from loss and sorrow!
So, was that the underworld itself? Does everyone become specters in there, or is that like hell, and he opened the gate to hell, where all the evil spirits were?
Time to put an end to this, Akito.
And negative emotions and all that shit.
Yeah. This is the end of the line.
Ew.
Why do you deny me? Why do you interfere? Just as the two realms have united, we two must become one.
I want to merge with an ass like you. Now rip.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right! We gain nothing from partings. No!
Wait, hold up. I'm getting my health boost, or my attack boost.
Can comprehend death. We can but unite.
You lost your shit. Merging with them has totally destroyed you. Beyond pathetic.
Whoa, Jesus! Ah! Oh, I don't like that. Ew.
Why do you interfere? Why? Why? I was to be your salvation. Oh, become one.
Sorry to disappoint, but this body's already killed. No, it's actually not that bad. It's all about learning to live together, right, partner?
Right.
You monster! You're just too far gone to see it!
Holy hell, we killed it fast. Wired in! Well, that was something, I guess. Have we freed all the spirits? They going back home? Underworld portal closing and all that?
Souls were trapped in here.
Trapped? Does that mean...
It does. They were only separated from their bodies. They should go back to normal now.
Everyone.
Except for Mari.
Except Mari.
Me. Unless... Mom and Dad giving us the spirit energy to save Mari? Loading screen.
Dad. Mom.
They're from the true afterlife, goddamn. That looks like you're taking her away, not saving her life. Hold up, do some spirit voodoo magic! Bring her back! It's not fair that only I get to progress as a character and she doesn't.
You died on December 10th. And Mom on June 9th. I didn't forget. Of course, I could never forget. Never. I won't keep pretending it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna live. Even if it means feeling weak.
Get out of here, son. You live normie. We'll see you in like 40 or 50 years. For some reason, being a spirit means we can't talk.
See you later. Next time we meet, I'll have lived a good, full life. Okay?
Wait, shouldn't I be leaving KK here too? I guess technically maybe he's just gonna stick with us for the ride. We technically still have stuff to do. Okay, bye, I guess.
So, you finally learned how to open up to your family, huh?
And here I thought you'd learn to be quiet.
I gotta ask you for one last thing.
Yeah?
Talk to my wife and my boy. Tell them I never gave up. Not for a moment.
I will. I promise.
Hey, sorry to dump that on you. I'd do it myself if I could, but I'm getting a little tired.
KK! You deserve this, KK. To finally be able to move on. You did it, man. You saved the world.
KK.
Don't get yourself possessed again, Akito. Most wraiths aren't half as charming as I am.
Yeah, you're a real charmer. Can't get you out of my head. You ought to be grateful.
KK, you can't just leave like that. You gotta at least let us see you one last time. This is the spirit realm. I can see you face to face and send you off, man.
Thank you. Rest in peace. KK.
KK. He didn't even give us their names. Do they have it written on the wallet? Aw. Anyways, Good luck looking for KK's wife and son. I'm gonna guess that maybe Ed knows them, right? They have to. It's the only possible way he's gonna find him. KK was a side name. Alright, well... that was GhostWire Tokyo. And wow, what a weird ending. What a really, really oddball fucking ending. I'm kinda... I'm very conflicted. Like, I already knew that, you know, I'd seen the number scores of a few reviews already before getting into this game, so I knew that this was kind of like gonna be like a little bit of a middling experience. I knew it was gonna be somewhere between like a 7 or 8 out of 10 kind of experience, even for me. And that's definitely what it is. It's definitely like an 8 out of 10 kind of game. Like, I enjoyed it a good bit, but it just doesn't get... It doesn't get beyond like a base level of enjoyable. Like, it's fun fighting things in this a little bit. And you get some enjoyable little interactions with like the dogs and cats around the area. You get some cute interactions with the yokai and the tanukis. There we go, I was trying to remember the name. But yeah, it kind of just falls flat in a lot of areas. The main story... The main story doesn't even feel like it's there. We spent more time just doing general exploration of the world than we did actually doing the main story. And you know, that happens in open world games all the time. Like, if you were to rush the main storyline, it would literally make up like 10% of the game versus like actually doing everything else in the world. That happens a lot. But here it's weird because like we get like the baseline foundation of the story. You know, here's the dude in the mask. He's fucking abducted all the spirits of all the people in Shibuya, Tokyo, or whatever this whole area is called. I'm not actually fully sure. But he's abducted over 200,000 souls from their bodies to try and like open a portal into the underworld to bring back his wife and daughter. Mostly his wife, because his daughter like died within probably the same week the story starts, because they were trying to fight him to stop that in the first place. But it's just weird because you get this just a bare foundation, and then that's really it, and we get like a little bit of character development for like KK and Akito over the story, but we get like fucking nothing to give a shit about Mari or the mom and dad of Akito and Mari. And then the end is like all about that, and it tries to give like this general message of like, you know, moving on and accepting death and stuff, but it feels so unearned. Because the whole story really didn't do much with it. Like, even all the side missions and shit, this is something I talked about a little bit while we were playing the game, but like, if you're gonna have like a large chunk of the main story message be about like death and like the aftermath of death and like moving on and accepting stuff like that, you gotta earn it a little bit and like build up a lot of those themes over the course of it and really flesh out the character, really make it that we care about Mari more than just her being a human being and us not wanting her to die. But they don't really do that. The only thing that really would make you care about Mari at all in this game, besides her being your sister, is she like knocks the dude over into the pit when she like brings her spirit back. And that's really it in terms of like just an objective list of things that happens that somewhat might benefit the main character, which it doesn't because he climbs out of the pit, but like it's just so rough. There could have been so much I know that Mario is basically fucking in a coma for the whole story, so it's hard to make a character characterize themselves when they're knocked out for the whole fucking story. But her spirit could have been like communicating with us the whole time in certain areas, in certain contexts. They could have been like its own particular like side story in the main story overall in and of itself, to make us care about her more before she fucking died. And then in terms of like the development of the villain and like his background story, it's still so weird. It's kind of just vague. Like, we don't really know, and obviously a part of it's probably on me. There's probably a shit ton of recordings that we missed in the open world, because we only got like 4, which feels like a very small amount of numbers for the amount, like for a big open world like that. We only got like 4 recordings from this dude, from the villain fucking talking about things that were going on. And one of those was because it was just straight up on the path of the main storyline. So yeah, I'm sure there was something there. There was probably like a lot of background development, but in terms of like in front of the player development and like making sense of things going on, it feels very oddly minuscule, like very, very the bare minimum of stuff there. It's just, here's a villain who's gonna monologue about saving the whole world, but how? Like, what? How is this gonna fucking benefit everybody? How is opening the portal to the underworld gonna benefit everybody? How do you know this? Have you talked with some fucking underworld spirits? Are they like, you know, convincing you of all this shit? Did you do some experiments that like brought some spirits back from the dead and put them in the body? We don't like see any of this shit that makes us understand like why he's doing this as like what could have put him over the edge kind of thing. It's just like a general base, like, oh, he wants to bring back his wife and, you know, his daughter. That makes sense from a basic of basic storyline plots. But he's doing all this shit with such goddamn confidence, with supervillain confidence and supervillain actions, and like nothing really gets justified in that, right? It's just really weird, because for the most part, the villain succeeds in getting like 90% of the way to his goal, and it only just falls apart in the end, and then he becomes this awkward-looking fucking grotesque monster, which was, I felt like that was really a lowball thing for them to do at the end, because everything else felt more intelligently designed. Like, things were a little creepy, but not really that much. Even the other monster, even the other bot, like the 3 other villain turned into like monsters when we fought them in their boss world things. Even them, where they were a little, they looked grotesque, but they weren't like blobs. And obviously it's a blob because he got combined with 3 spirits or whatever. But it was just so meh. You know, it felt meh. It all just fell apart at the end. And not in like a good like falling apart. It was already a barely working scaffolding of fucking like things just barely nailed together, and then we run up at the end, kick it once, and it flops over, and it's like, oh wow, how could that have happened? The end. And it's so weird because this is Tango Gameworks' game after The Evil Within 1 and 2, and both of those were fucking great. Those were awesome games, and like there was so much in those games in terms of like the villains being fleshed out, and you know, not like the greatest, but like just things are fleshed out in that makes sense, even though that's taking place in a drastically weirder fucking environment than just running around the streets of Tokyo with ghosts and shit around. That one's taking place in a mindscape, in a corrupted, like 2 different corrupted mindscapes, and it feels so weird, especially because Evil Within 2 was like their first step into an open world game, and this is their second step into an open world game, and it feels like a worse open world than their first attempt, which, you know, to be fair, it happens, you know, it's not like things are a linear development of like quality when it comes to games or any type of media, especially because it's all a bunch of it's hundreds of people working on a project. But it's just, there are so many things that they could have done differently in the story and in the world to have made it feel more comprehensive, to make it just be emotionally better than what it kind of ends up being. It just ends up feeling like a very largely empty game, even though there's a lot of like they did a lot of it is just here's a fuck ton of collectibles. Also, I'm skipping this shit. I don't think anything is happening. Okay, your Shichigumo Kufuda transformed into transmission beads. This item will be in your inventory when you either start a new game or load a completed save file. Your Shichigumo Kufuda transformed into transmission beads. And then we unlocked a bunch of music. And then everything carries over into new games. We'll do this. Load, do this, load that file. What the hell are transmission beads? We're gonna find out. Transmission beads. Allows you to transmit souls on the spot without using a phone booth. Oh! Okay. That's such a weird one because there's it feels like over 100 fucking phone booths on this map, so it feels like it wasn't ever actually a problem. But I guess if you're like sitting there in the middle of nowhere, having gotten the very last soul of the game, you know, it makes it nice. You just fucking transmit it right there. But yeah, I can see why this had a lot of mixed reviews. This really isn't something for everyone. It's still a general 8 out of 10 experience for me. I liked running around the streets of Tokyo, even if I never actually end up like memorizing and like fully comprehending like where we were. A lot of it is obviously, it feels very samey. Running around, I didn't actually take in a lot of these areas as much as I would have had things been a little bit more developed. You know, there are some times where you used to have something like Grand Theft Auto, for example, in terms of their open worlds, where you're doing missions in these places and you're like developing kind of like a relationship with the places in and of themselves and you're associating them with things. This, even though obviously it's just a Tokyo world, a lot of it just feels like giant blocks. And who knows, maybe that's just how it is in general. I don't actually know what it's like to live in Tokyo. I'm in America, obviously. But yeah, like looking at like this, that looks like 7 of the same buildings in a row, basically. This is the ever so slightly different heights. I don't know if that's what it actually is living there, but yeah, it's alright. So yeah. I wish the story had been drastically better. I feel like it could have been way more intelligent, especially coming from Tango Gameworks. Like, to go from The Evil Within 1 and 2, which I felt were like very, I mean, like I said, they're great games. But in terms of like their stories, very in-depth. And here, we go in the fucking complete opposite direction. We don't have an in-depth story at all. We don't have a comprehensive, like, big cast of characters to like root for at all, even though we're in the real world where they should have had something there. That's one of the biggest things I felt. I felt like there should have been more human characters in the world for us to interact with in the world itself. Like Ed, what a fucking cop-out. What a cop-out to have like an interesting character. I like the nerdy characters who are kind of a little bit of a dick. But, you know, ultimately, they're doing their part to try and help and save the world. I like those kind of character archetypes. And he's just not... We just literally never ran into him in the story at all. We got this character mentioned, Dale. Don't know shit about him. Doesn't show up. We don't hear a voice thing at all for him. Rinko, she's dead, and so she only shows him a couple things, and she was like actually fucking like mind controlled her, or just someone was using her voice for a while, so she wasn't half of the time Rinko was actually someone else entirely. So it's weird that they, going from Evil Within 2, which also had, or which again was their first open world, but they had like, here were a bunch of characters in the world. There were a lot of characters in the Evil Within 2, even just as like little side mission characters hiding off in the world to find. And that one again was in the middle of a mind. It was in the middle of a consciousness. It would have made a lot of sense there for there to be like no one there but fucking monsters. You know? But here we are in the real world, just a bunch of monsters. And the combat, I wish the combat had been a little better. It is a serviceable combat. It's generally enjoyable. It's fun kicking a bunch of monster ass. And it looks fancy as hell. I love the hand movements. I love the way it looks. I didn't even use any talismans in the end there. I didn't even use any arrows in the end there. Because you basically just get 3 boss fights. And they're moving around a whole bunch. So it was barely just better to just spam wind attacks on that. So yeah, this was an alright game. But we really did just end up spending too much time just kind of going around grabbing spirits. And I wish things had just been a little bit more fleshed out. We'll see if they ever do like a sequel to this. I don't know if this is gonna really like hit successful levels of sales. But hopefully it doesn't, you know, this was a good attempt to start a whole new IP. This was cool. This had a cool ass concept. I love the idea of going around fucking battling monsters, like, you know, ghost monsters on the street, basically. There just could have been a slight bit of difference in the combat to make it a little bit more interesting, to make the enemies a little bit more interesting to fight, rather than basically just being enemies first to just fucking shoot. To just click on enemies over and over and over again, and that's basically it. There could have been a lot more general interaction, like, you know, say weak points on the enemies, or like combining elements together to like maybe you throw a fucking firebomb onto their head and you shoot it with your wind attack to do like 30% more damage than it would have been with those things individualized or something, right? Just little things like that would have been cool. And then obviously a little bit more side missions as well, just really like flesh things out, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, you had an okay amount of side missions, but all of them are just like general, like, oh, spirit complains about a thing over on a street, and then you go clear out some spirit things and the spirits are happy. What about the people? Or what about, how are the people doing? We're the alive people for me to care about, and like for like to go around the city doing all kinds of crazy shit. I want to see that if they ever do a sequel. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed us going through this world. I still think it's worth checking out, especially if you do like Tokyo in general and getting that feel. This definitely, it was nice. I don't really get a lot of opportunities to go into like a very different feeling type of city, because a lot of games end up getting based on either just some completely fucking fictional world, so it's like, oh, you're like in, say, Cyberpunk, you're in like a futuristic city, which is just gonna be whatever at that point, or, you know, you're going into a fantasy thing. But a lot of other games just take place in America, and while American cities, a lot of American cities feel completely fucking different from each other, period. It just still kind of feels samey when you're going around this, whereas with this, it was nice to be like, oh, Tokyo! I can't read half of the words going on here. There's Japanese advertisements going on that I don't fucking understand at all, but they've got a catchy tune. Don, don, don. Don, don, don. You know, it was nice. We got to experience this little... it felt like... this game felt almost like they really just wanted to have something to, like, fucking explain a shit ton of culture. That's kind of what it felt like for some of this stuff. There are fucking paragraphs of text about all different types of items and like different types of food. Their landmarks. And all that stuff. I wish these were voiced, by the way. If these had been voiced, I would have just sat there. I would sit there and listen to every single one of them. But I also just discovered too late that like, oh, there's actually like full-on stories. Had I known this all the way at the beginning of the game, I would have read all of these as we kind of like grab them, but instead it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this Let's Play. If they ever do a sequel, or if they ever do an Evil Within 3, either or, I would love those. So thank you for watching this Let's Play. I will see you guys in the next one.